Hey subscribers! Today's video has been highly requested by you guys. When I did the giveaway video, I asked you guys what you wanted to see on the channel, what you guys were interested in, and a lot of you guys had told me that I inspired you to start your own channel and kind of wanted to know some tips and tricks or how it's been for me so far on YouTube. So that is what today's video is all about. It's about starting your own YouTube channel, how my journey's been, kind of my tips and tricks. Okay, let's just go ahead and get into it. If you see me look down, it's because I have my computer down here and I'm just referencing because I don't want to forget anything because I have a lot to share. Firstly, I'm just gonna kind of take you guys through what brought me to YouTube. Before January 2015, honestly, the only thing that I really came on YouTube to look for was reviews, how-tos, just quick things that I needed to learn. I didn't even know there was such thing as like family channels or these motherhood channels or anything like that. But it wasn't until I was interested in seeing if there was birthing videos on YouTube in 2015, because that was when I considered to have my first home birth. I stumbled across Jess Fam because she had had a home birth, and I watched her channel and I saw her other videos and realized she's just making videos of her everyday life. But it was very interesting and it intrigued me. And our lives were very similar. Our kids were very similar ages. I just could relate to her in a lot of ways and really enjoyed listening to her and watching her. So I thought that was kind of neat, but I never really thought anything of it. I was just still kind of using YouTube as information based. Like I just want to get the information, which is great. And I think that's another thing that I like to share too, is I like to share information and help people and do reviews and show people things that could help them in their lives as well. YouTube is a great platform for that. Fast forward to 2 home births later, I was diagnosed with a very large kidney stone. I had to have a stent in for months and it left me bedridden for months. I really ran out of things to do lying in bed. I ended up thinking, hey, I'm gonna try to find some family channels to watch on YouTube. And I watched a lot of Jess Fam stuff. I found a couple other channels that I really liked and could relate to. And I just sat there and binged watched all these family channels because I was really out of shows to watch on TV, which I really like reality shows too on TV. I really like to relate to people. That's just always been in me. As I was laying there for, weeks, bedridden, watching these channels, I just thought to myself, this is something that I could do. I would be great at this. I love to talk. I love to share my family. I think that we're pretty cool. And I love our dynamic and I love to share that with people. So I felt like this was a good option. I'm also a photographer, so getting into the video aspect of it and doing video editing really intrigued me as well, because I do enjoy photography and I do enjoy editing. That is what led me to YouTube. As I was bedridden, I actually ordered my G7X, which is what I'm using right now, which is probably the most commonly used vlogging camera on YouTube. I had my surgery in February and it wasn't until end of March that I really started to get around easier, but I did start filming kind of middle of March, end of March 2018. And I just started capturing our family, getting used to the settings, getting used to the camera. I really didn't want to rush into anything. I just wanted to take my time with it. We did a lot of camping trips last year. I filmed a lot of that. I'll probably have those throwback vlogs in here from time to time if I don't have any content to share that I recorded. I was really enjoying capturing our family and I was getting used to it more, getting more comfortable in public with the camera. And it wasn't until September, October that I started to look into the editing part of it. We were so busy last summer and then we ended up pregnant. We had our surprise pregnancy last summer, and so I was very sick too, and that just kind of took precedence over everything. And so I didn't have the time that I really wanted to dedicate to starting the channel and uploading and learning the editing. I think it was until November that things started to calm down with our family. It allowed me to have that time to really look at the editing software, figure out how to edit, how to upload, figuring out YouTube, how to create our channel and get it going. And then I think I actually posted our first video in December sometime, and it was a why video, kind of similar to what I'm telling you guys right now of why we're starting YouTube. Then I did a YouTube video about our family, very long, but obviously we have 7 people in our family, so it was really hard for me to keep that video short. But it's just, you know, about our family and who we are. And I thought that was a good way to start off our channel too. And I like that. I think if anybody is starting a family channel, I really do like those videos where you hear the person's why and what motivated them to start their channel. It allows you to connect with them, and then kind of meeting their family and knowing who they are, because not always, you know, will people, and I don't do a good job of it either. I should get better at it, but I know a lot of YouTubers, when they get on, they'll say like, welcome to my channel or welcome back to my channel. I'm Melanie. We do family vlogging. I do reviews, how-tos, motherhood, you know, stuff like that, because people who will find you later might not know who you are. I also, what I've noticed in other people's channels, and I like this a lot too, is that they link who are we, or start here if you're lost, basically. And it's kind of that video explaining their family and who they are. And I really like that too, because you never know what video people are going to find you at. Like I said, I'm not that great at that. And some of these things that I'm going to talk to you guys about, that I'm still working on myself and getting better at doing. These are things that I have learned along the way on my journey. Let's see. So like I said, I started my first video in December, and that was kind of my whys and who are we videos. Oh, I also did our pregnancy videos in December too, and I didn't have a lot of subscribers. I had like maybe 12, 15 subscribers. This was December 2018. Then January 10th was the time I started uploading consistently, because that's important, and I will talk to you guys about that. But I started uploading consistently in January. I was aiming for at least 3 videos a week. I ended up doing 4 or 5 videos a week for a while, and it was mainly because I just really wanted to keep learning. The more that you do it, you guys, the more you're gonna learn what you're doing. And so I know it's cliche, but a lot of people will say just start, and it's so true, because in the beginning, it's going to be overwhelming. It's going to be a lot to learn. It's all new. But if you keep going at it, and if you really like it and are really interested in it, you're going to get better. You're going to just keep getting better and better and better and faster too. I can edit pretty fast now, but lately, after Penelope has been born, there has just been 0 time, and we have just all been sick, and that's gonna happen. If you have a family and have small children, that's gonna happen. And, you know, I'm assuming that a lot of people are like me, and family will always come first. But as long as you strive to keep yourself going on whatever you want to go on, 1 video a week, 2 videos a week, 3, 5, 10, you know, whatever you want to do, that's great. So for me, I started uploading at least 4 to 5 videos a week in January, all the way up until February. I think I kind of slowed down a little bit in February because we were getting kind of further along in our pregnancy. I wasn't really growing that fast. Well, some people might think it's fast. By the end of February, I had about 210 subscribers. And then one morning I woke up, I had like 200 new subscribers overnight. And I thought it was a fluke, didn't understand. I was like, what's going on? Then I realized that one of my videos got picked up by the YouTube algorithm and was putting it in front of people. And it was my gender reveal video. I was a little bit bummed that that was the video that got chosen, because it was one of my first videos I ever edited. So it wasn't as good as my other videos. It's okay. A lot of people still really liked it. And it's a longer video, which YouTube likes, and I'll talk about that more in a minute too. I think that's why it got picked up, was because it was a longer video. But hey, it led me to all of you guys, and I grew pretty much 3,000 subscribers in 2 weeks because of that video. You just really never know when one of your videos is gonna get picked up by the algorithm and who's gonna like what you're doing or what you're sharing. That's what happened for me. That video has slowed down now. I was really excited too, because a lot of you came to my channel right before I was gonna put out my home birth video, and that was what I was most excited to share on our channel. I love watching home birth videos, and I just think that showing other people what home birth looks like is a passion of mine, because I do think it's a great option for those people who are having healthy pregnancies. And a lot of the time people are scared. I know I was, and that's why I went on YouTube and looked up all these home birth videos, and it made me feel good. It made me feel empowered that I could do it. I loved seeing other people's experiences. I've really loved getting to know a lot of you guys in the comments, and it's just been really cool. I didn't think that I was actually going to be able to get monetized as fast as I could. It got monetized March 14th, and I'll talk about that too, but it got monetized, and I actually just got my first paycheck today from YouTube. It was direct deposit, but it just direct deposited in my bank account. And I know you're not supposed to say how much you get. I got this out for you guys too if you wanted to see it. Google will send you this in the mail once you've reached the threshold to be able to monetize your channel, which I'll talk about here in a second also. But yeah, I got my first paycheck. Not a very big paycheck, but a paycheck, and it's exciting. You know, you just keep going. You're on your way. As long as you enjoy it, I totally think that you should do it. If you are loving what you're doing, don't stop, because you really just never know when a video can get picked up or when you're gonna grow. It can happen out of nowhere. Just keep doing what you love if you love doing this. And like I said, I'm not supposed to say what the exact amount is. I think I can say $120-ish. I think that's okay to say. That's for 2 months too. I made the first month I was monetized, it was $60-ish. It just rolls over into the next month. And so if you think about it, I'm kind of averaging about $60-ish a month, because the next month I had $120-ish in there, and you can't cash out on Google AdSense until you're at $100. That's been my journey thus far on YouTube. It's been so wonderful though. I have loved it. I've loved getting to know you guys. I've loved getting better at my craft, at filming, at documenting our family in these important times, these precious times in our lives that are just gonna fly by, and also just helping people, getting to know other mamas and sharing information and connecting with people. I love to connect with people and talk. I'm a big talker, so I love it. Forgive me, I have to put on my glasses, and I know that there's a glare, but I'm so blind. Okay, kind of laid out a thing here of like steps, my tips, and what my advice is for you if you are thinking of starting a channel. The first thing is make a plan. What equipment are you gonna use? Go look at other channels and what they're using. And a lot of the times in the description, vloggers will put in the description a lot of the time. I know I have it in my description. If you go look, it says shop this vlog. And that's what a lot of people will say too, shop this vlog, or they'll just say like, this is what we use to film, and have all their equipment listed underneath so you can easily see what they're using. So go find channels that you like their quality of videos and go find out what they're using. That's what I did. And I think it's very helpful also to just look at other people's channels as well, as far as what kind of content you want to put out or how they're putting it out, and just gain inspiration from the channels that you like. That helped me a lot too. For me, the equipment I use a G7X. I just got an Osmo Pocket, which I am learning, but I'm really liking it. It's very little and inconspicuous, and that's really why I wanted it for out in public vlogging. I use a couple camera stands, filming stands that I really like. I have a ring light that I really love for if I need to wait till the kids go to bed to talk to you guys without kids interrupting in the background. Start to make a plan. Start to look at what equipment you like. I really recommend for editing starting out with iMovie. It's free, and I've used iMovie up until last month, and I just got Final Cut Pro software from my dad for free, and that's probably the only reason why I'm using it now, because iMovie, you can really do a lot, and if I hadn't got Final Cut for free from my dad, I'd probably still use iMovie. But I highly recommend Final Cut, but I also highly recommend you start out at iMovie no matter what, because I feel like transferring over to Final Cut Pro was a breeze, because iMovie, you kind of have to learn the hard way. It's almost like, I'll use this reference. My papa, when I was learning to drive, he would not let me learn to drive an automatic until I learned how to drive a stick first. And I will forever be grateful for that, because obviously driving an automatic is way easier than driving a stick, so I felt way more confident when I was driving an automatic. But also, now if there's only one car option available and it's a 5-speed, I know how to drive it. But anyways, that's a good metaphor for iMovie to Final Cut Pro or Adobe Premiere or some of the more expensive editing software, because it is going to be a lot to learn. I'm telling you guys, the editing software, it's going to be a lot to learn. And if you are ever needing to know how to do anything, just YouTube it. search YouTube. There will be a YouTube video that will show you specifically how to do something in iMovie. If I watch somebody's channel and I'm like, how did they zoom in like that? How did they put this over here, the letters here, or spin them, or do whatever? Just YouTube it, and there will be so many videos that will show you how to do it. It's gonna get frustrating to have to stop what you're doing in your editing software and go and find the video and figure out how to do it. But once you know it, and you move forward. If you do get the higher up software and you end up being frustrated and you've spent all that money, it's $300 for Final Cut Pro. So if you spend all that money and then you just feel that you're not loving it or you're irritated, then you're gonna get upset. And that's the one thing, is that you need to keep that enjoyment. You need to keep loving what you're doing, or else you're gonna get burnt out on it. Also, you totally don't even need to buy a camera if you don't want to. You could just use your phone. There are a lot of vloggers who just use their phone, and natural light, I can tell you as a photographer, natural light is the best lighting. Ring lights are great though if you have to wait for your kids to go to bed like I do sometimes. They have music in iMovie you can use too, copyright-free music. I had to kind of learn the hard way about copyright music. If you want to invest in your channel, I think it's 12 bucks a month, but Epidemic Sound is amazing for music. I use it in all my videos now. It is a little bit of an investment. You're paying that monthly fee, but it is great for music. So Epidemic Sound, I highly recommend that. But you can also find copyright-free music on YouTube, and they have YouTube channels with copyright-free music too. I really just love Epidemic Sound, so that's what I use. I use PicMonkey for making my thumbnails. That one's $3.99 a month or something. But like I said, I made these small investments in my channel because I enjoy it and I love using it, and it works really well. They have templates for a YouTube thumbnail. You can really make your thumbnail stand out, and thumbnails are very important too. Grabbing people's attention, it needs to look nice and stand out. Just make a plan, get started, start customizing your channel, start looking at other people's channels, start getting your banner photo, your main photo looking nice. Think of a name. If it's just gonna be a mommy channel and you're gonna be the one on it primarily without any of your kids or anything, or you don't wanna have the CEBSQUAD or like a family type name, YouTube highly suggests using your name. And if you have a very common first and last name, you know, maybe you could try your middle name or your full name, like with your middle name, but they highly suggest using your name because people want to know who you are. And another good tip too on thumbnails, it's been said that thumbnails that have your face in them are way more likely to get clicked on than without. And it's because people want to see who they're going to be watching or what they're going to be watching and who they're going to invest their time in. When they see your smiling face, and if they like you or think that you look interesting, they'll click on it. And I've actually found that to be very true, that people really do like to see thumbnails with your face on it. So yeah, those are kind of my tips into getting started with making a plan and building your brand. Essentially, start designing the layout and the look of your channel. I mean, if you're anything like me, it's so fun. I love doing that. And so the next thing is decide what your channel is going to be about, what you're going to share. Everybody's life is so different, you guys. And that's what's so great about YouTube, is that there is room for everybody because we are all not the same. I'm going to talk about this a little bit later, but there's going to be people who won't relate to you, and that's okay. But there's going to be a lot of people who do relate to you and have similar things going on in their life. For example, I'm a mom of 2 autistic sons. My 2 oldest boys are autistic, and I have a lot of you guys on here that follow me and are watching to kind of see more autism content and connect with me on that and see our boys and get inspiration from that, and I love that. It's all about the human experience, and we're all different. Put your own staple on things and what your why is, what your reason is for wanting to share. If you get stumped on creating, just go look at other creators and find what you like and be true to yourself. See what they're doing and put your own staple on it. And that's what I found to be really helpful. Now I'm gonna get into kind of like YouTube and what YouTube likes and what I suggest doing. YouTube really likes consistency and a schedule, even the same time of the day, which I'm not that great at, and that's because life happens, and that's okay. But I have 5 kids one of them being a newborn, 2 of them being autistic, and life happens. But create a schedule for yourself, even if it is just 1 day a week at 4 p.m. or, you know, 4 days a week at 6 a.m. Whatever works for you, just make sure that it's on a schedule. You can even film multiple videos in a day. Change your shirt if you have to go put on a new shirt, film a different video, and they have a scheduler now where you can schedule that videos go out at a certain time of day. YouTube will recognize that. YouTube algorithm likes that. They'll see that you're being consistent and they'll want to put you in front of more people. So that's a good tip. Longer videos, longer than 10 minutes is a good amount of time. I actually think if it's any shorter than 10 minutes, they can't add ads in the middle of the video. They can only add it at the beginning and the end of the video. The longer your video is, the more ads that YouTube can put into your video. So that's a good tip as well. You never know when the algorithm is going to pick up your video, and that's what happened to me. And if you don't get thousands of subscribers in a month, don't worry about it. Don't get hung up on those numbers, okay, you guys? That is something that I've really tried not to let bother me. I want to keep this enjoyable for myself because I really love doing it. I don't want to get hung up on the numbers or the views. Just know that. You just never know when a video is going to get picked up. And like I said, my gender reveal videos kind of died down, but I never know when YouTube is going to pick up another one of my video and I could gain another 3,000 subscribers. It's awesome. I love how that works. It's like the coolest surprise when you wake up and there's just all these new people wanting to watch you and engage with you. Just like I said, how thumbnails are very important. Your tags, which some of you might not know what tags are, but when you're uploading a video, they ask you to put basically hashtags that people don't see. You can also put hashtags on the bottom of your video, and you do that in the description, by the way. So when you're writing your description, at the very end of your description, you can put up to 3 hashtags down there, and those hashtags will show below your video. And I think those help as well in the algorithm. But there will be like a secret box, basically, that nobody really sees. I think there's a way for people to go view them and see what you're tagging. Like for my home birth video, I put home birth, birth video, baby, baby girl, anything people could be searching for that's relevant to your video. You just put those in there. It will help get you found. But there is this really neat tool that I have not used yet, but I have heard great things about it, called TubeBuddy. It basically will tell you what titles will do best in the algorithm and in the ranking of other people doing similar videos. It will give you suggestions for tags that are gonna get your video noticed. All these things that are really cool, and I've heard it pay off for a lot of people. Also, if you're just starting out, I wanna address this too. I put sub for sub problem because I know that YouTube was really cracking down on people just going to people's channel and saying, hey, sub for sub, which is I'll subscribe to you, you subscribe to me. It is 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours to be able to be monetized by YouTube to make money. So a lot of people will just be frantically trying to gain subscribers, but you don't want to do that. You want to grow organically because those people are not going to come back to watch you. They have a channel too, and they are working their butts off at growing their channel too, and that's perfectly fine. That's totally okay. But you want to connect with people. And so what I found was most useful was I joined a couple YouTube mom groups on Facebook. There's a ton of them. If your YouTube is not a mom channel, they probably have whatever kind of channel, you know, travel channel, or there's a small YouTuber Facebook group too. People will post threads in there and you can share your content in there, but people do not feel obligated. So it's like if they really like you, then they can subscribe to you, but they're not pressured in any way. I've actually found a ton of amazing channels through that YouTube mom group. What you would want to do is you would want to go find somebody that you genuinely like. Find channels that you genuinely would want to watch and help, because as a small YouTube channel, you get it. You feel like, okay, this person is really working hard and I want to help them. I'll go and watch their channel because I know that they're probably trying to work on getting their watch hours up too. Watch their stuff, comment on their stuff. Do not say like, I'll support you, you support me, or I'll subscribe or whatever. Just be genuine and authentic and tell them what you like about their video. And I guarantee you that they will probably want to come check you out too, just for that, because I know it can get really old when people are just wanting to come look at your channel and get you to subscribe to them. You want to build your village, and it will come, okay? This is the main thing that I really wanted to get into in this video, is that YouTube, for me at least, because I do really care about human experience and sharing and connecting, you have to find your people. You have to find your village. There's gonna be negative comments. There's gonna be people who stumble across your channel and don't like you and don't like what you have to say, or they're not at the same point in your life where you're at. You know, some of these people might not want to watch a large family, or might think I'm crazy for having a large family and not be interested. But there's going to be those people who love you. There's going to be those people who want to hear what you're sharing and love your family. And those are the people you want to watch you, okay? So if you get a negative comment, brush it off, delete it. It's in the past. Those people are not your people. For me, I read those comments and I pray for that person, and I just move forward, because obviously if somebody is unhappy enough to spread hate and anything like that, then they're probably not in a good place themselves. So just don't let it bother you. I know it's really hard, but there's gonna be dislikes, there's gonna be negative comments, and you just have to shake it off. Those are not the people who are here for you, and there's going to be people that are here for you. I just wanna say that. I've actually made some really great YouTube mom friends too. I don't have a lot of time to watch lately, but before, when I did, I would go and sit and watch their video and like it and support them, you know, just genuinely support them. And that is a great way to grow too. If you go and find other people, and you know what, if you are commenting on people that you really like and are similar to you, their subscribers might see your comment and want to go check you out too. And if they like you, they'll subscribe. If they don't, they won't, and it's totally okay. Just let it go. Lastly, I'm gonna just tell you guys how it works for getting paid through YouTube. And honestly, I had no idea that you could get paid until I was bedridden and watching all these channels. And my mom actually told me, like, yeah, you can get paid for doing that. And I'm just like, that is so cool. This is what I love to do anyway. I love to talk and I love to share. So if I can do that and get paid, then that's the coolest thing ever. So anyways, how you get paid on YouTube is through Google AdSense, is the company that runs the ads on YouTube. You don't even have to be the 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours to go set up an AdSense account. So I highly recommend just go set up an AdSense account, get it ready, because you will be monetized. Keep that in your head. I will be monetized, and so I just want to get this all ready, so when I am, I can basically hit go and start getting paid for what you're putting out. So once you meet that 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, you go into your monetization area, and I think that it already goes in automatically. You may have to fill out a couple questions in that area, and go check that out too beforehand. It's like this little $ in your, I want to say back office. It's the YouTube studio, which is basically like your back office of where you're creating and putting out content and looking at your analytics and everything. So you're gonna want to go back there, go to the $, which is the monetization, and then I think you can register to be monetized, and then you can fill out all the little bubbles, the little check marks, and then it will stop you. It'll be like a red or a yellow instead of a green if you're not at that level. But once you meet that 1,000 subscribers and the 4,000 watch hours, then it turns green, and then your channel goes into review. When my channel went into review, it said it was going to take over a month, and it literally took a week. It was so fast. I've heard from other people that it can take over a month, but I would say it could take a week to over a month, and you don't really know how fast your channel is going to get in there. It's probably also depends on how many videos you have too, because if you have 100 videos, then they may need to sit there and review all of them. I think I had about 20 videos when my channel got reviewed, maybe a little bit more, but it took about a week, and then I just kind of hit go on the Google AdSense stuff, and they sent me that piece of paper in the mail to verify my address. The way that Google AdSense works, like I was saying earlier, is that you have to have at least $100 in your Google AdSense account by the 13th. I think it varies for some people, but for me, it's like by the 13th. It could be like the 14th or 15th for some other people. But for me, if you have $100 in your account by the 13th, then they pay you. And I've watched a couple other people's videos too, and it seems pretty consistent that a lot of people get their deposits, if they're doing direct deposits, on the 21st, which today is May 21st. And and I did get my first deposit. Yeah, that's kind of the dates on how it works. And like I said, if you're not at that $100 by the 13th, it's not gonna go away. It just rolls over into the next month. So I had $60-ish in my account. It rolled over to the next month, and then this next month I had $120-ish, and it deposited today, which was so exciting to see. It's awesome. I paid a bill getting to do something that I love, which is so neat. I think that that's everything. I know that was a lot. I know that this was probably really long, so I apologize. That's been my journey. That's my best advice that I can give you guys on getting started. And honestly, everybody says it, but just get started. Just start somewhere. If it's exploring the equipment or what you want to use or how many days you want to upload, start making that plan for yourself. Start thinking about your brand and your name and put it into action. Get it ready. Oh, lastly, what I want to say too is don't be disappointed if a lot of your close friends and family don't subscribe to you or don't do it right away. Like, I have 500 Instagram followers. That's 500 subscribers. A lot of people are not hip to YouTube. Like, well, at least for me, a lot of my friends and family were totally oblivious to YouTube, didn't really know how to use it or subscribe or what that meant, and it's very different. I didn't know a lot about it either. So yeah, so just don't be hurt if your close friends and family don't subscribe or know what they're doing right away or know how to support. Everybody's got their busy lives too, so it's totally understandable. But you're gonna find your village. You're gonna find your people out there. The ones that know YouTube and love YouTube like we do, they're gonna be your people. They're gonna be your subscribers. They're gonna be your support. You know, some of them may end up being close friends of yours. It's a really neat experience, you guys. I highly recommend it. If you think that it's something that you're gonna love, just pick up a camera, pick up your phone, start recording, start thinking about your channel, and put it into action and see how you like it. And it's not gonna be for everybody. If you don't like it or you're only wanting to do it for money, you're gonna get burnt out because it takes a while to see any kind of money. Sometimes it takes years for some people for the algorithm to pick up a video and to find that village. But I do think that if you just stick to it and do it because you love it, if you don't love it, I don't recommend it. The money will just not feel worth it, at least for a long time. But for me, getting to know you guys, getting to connect with you guys, getting to share my life with people again and make these special moments of my family in these videos. My kids love watching the videos. They love the intro we made. It makes them feel like little movie stars, and that just brings so much enjoyment to myself. So it really needs to bring you guys enjoyment, or else you're gonna feel burnt out and it's gonna feel like a job that's not paying, and that sucks. So that is my best advice. Okay, this video is so long. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and continue to follow along with our journey. We'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye.